Got to get between these two, both fighting for playoff positioning out west. Nuggets up 10. Later in the quarter, Warriors down by 1. Steph Curry for 3. Warriors go up 2. Next Warriors possession. Look at Steph dancing, moving around. Oh, you're not going to stop that. Attacking the paint. Yeah, get fired up. Nuggets down 2. The Warriors swinging it around. Guy Santos the miss. Steph going to come back for 3. Warriors up 15 on the Nuggets. How about more Steph, right? Splits the double team, gets to go plus the foul. Had 36 on the night with 7 threes. He was just everywhere. Look at this right here. There was a 3 there, and then getting it to go there. Plus the foul. Would make the free throw. Had 36 on the night. Warriors win 118-104. First win since 2022 against the Nuggets.
Monica McNutt, great to have you with us.
Hey.
I like the maroon.
Hey.
Stephen A., are the Warriors going to the finals with this version of Steph Curry?
This version of Steph Curry from last night, yeah, they can get to the finals. I don't see that happening where he'll be able to do that. I don't see them going to the finals, but if that brother plays like that, he dropping 50 on that level of accuracy, there's nothing you can do with the babyface assassin, the greatest shooter God has ever created. He is that dude. Let's not forget the fact that Jimmy Butler had 27 last night, hitting all 12 of his free throws, getting to the free throw line once again. This is the kind of stuff that spells for Steph Curry. You don't have to take him out of the game to get him his rest. That's what makes Jimmy Butler so valuable. I'm just looking at the Golden State Warriors, and I see them, and they're a threat, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. It's just that when you look at the elite teams, particularly a team like OKC, you can't imagine that even the great Steph Curry is going to be able to do that over the course of a series. They're young, they're athletic, they're just too gifted defensively to let that happen. But if that brother last night showed up throughout a series, there is no one the Golden State Warriors can't beat when Steph Curry is launching like that.
He is, in regular season, 10-5 when he has 50 points, right? So that's important to know. And then the only postseason 50-point performance so far was the Sacramento series last season. It was spectacular to watch. His control, his quickness, just going after Zach Edey, really going after anybody that wanted some. He was fantastic with the basketball, but it's tough for me to isolate that from the 27 points from Butler, like you mentioned. Draymond Green quietly had a triple-double, and they still needed, 46 minutes of this ball game before they really pulled away from this Grizzlies squad. And so I think that version of him gets them confidently to the Western Conference Finals. But again, when you look at OKC and that defense, that's the real deal. I don't think it's going to come that easy because there were definitely some points where you were like, Memphis, what are you doing? That's stuff in terms of their defense, and OKC's not going to make those mistakes.
Well, he was 12 for 20 from 3 last night. I kind of agree with what Stevie said. I don't know if he can do that series after series after series, and he'd have to win 3 to get to the finals. So he'd have to have 12 games. And if he doesn't do that, I don't know if they have enough other offense to be able to overcome that. And again, against a younger team, let's say they play Golden State in the conference final. Golden State's a young team. They got a lot of wear and tear on the Warriors.
Golden State plays Golden State?
Golden State plays Oklahoma City in the conference final.
Okay.
They're an older team. Yeah. They've been around a long time. OKC's a younger team. You wonder if the wear and tear would take a little something out of them. But for a small sample size in a big spot, he's an all-timer. We all know how great he is. Yeah. And they're dangerous. I don't know if they're dangerous enough to win 12 games in the Western Conference.
A couple of things we need to mention here because everybody talks about celebrating the NBA. Last night was a night to celebrate the NBA because
such great game.
It was spectacular. First of all, we just finished talking about Jokic. Denver and Minnesota was an epic game. Just a phenomenal game. We look at Steph last night. Draymond with a triple-double. Jimmy Butler with 27. Steph with 52 and 10. Ja Morant showed up, had 36 points last night, hit 5 threes. He was balling. Memphis gave them a game. They just lost.
What's he trying to do?
He's giving the Warriors props. I know a lot of people are going to interpret it as him taking a shot at Pelinka in terms of the Lakers and them needing to do more. No, I'm not going to do that to him. I'm going to say he's praising the Warriors because Rob Pelinka went out and got Luka Doncic. I mean, this is not the year to be talking about what he hasn't done as an executive after having that trade take place, okay? And Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, without a scout at the behest of LeBron James hired J.J. Redick, and J.J. Redick is doing, I think, an outstanding job. So I look at it from that standpoint. I'm not going to interpret this as him taking a shot at the Lakers. I'm going to look at this as him applauding, rightfully so, the Golden State Warriors. Joe Lacob, Mike Dunleavy Jr., of course, Steve Kerr. You go out there and you look at what Jimmy Butler has brought to the table. Jimmy Butler is a star in this league. Jimmy Butler is somebody that elevates his level of play when it counts most, particularly in the postseason. He deserves love and respect and credit for what he's helped the Golden State Warriors accomplish. But let's look at some of the other things that they've been doing. Steph Curry is fourth in the league, averaging over 28 points a game since the trade for Jimmy Butler. Draymond Green has emerged as a defensive player of the year
He's the
candidate.
favorite right now.
Let me tell you something right now. Did you see what he did last night in the last couple of minutes, forcing LeBron into that turnover, Wendy, and then that big-time strip of Luka when Luka came into the league? Draymond is showing you there are a multitude of ways to win basketball games. And you look at their overall offensive rating is fifth. Their overall defensive rating as a team is third. Since acquiring Jimmy Butler, they're 19-2 with both Curry and Butler in the lineup. There's not much to say. I mean, why would we think LeBron is saying anything else when you have those kind of superlatives to throw out about? Absolutely, you're absolutely correct about that. And you got to give credit where credit's due. They're also number one in assist percentage. Number one in the league. So we can't ignore that either. So they assist, they share the basketball, their spacing is sublime. You look at what they're doing defensively, how tenacious they are. And by the way, Pajimski, remember, it's not an insult, my brother. Lauri Markkanen can play. And so what happens is not only can he play, he's significantly taller. And since the Golden State Warriors is considered to be a relatively small team, all right, particularly on the interior, that's the reason that people were entertaining that kind of a deal being made. It was no shade on Pajimski's game because we know that brother's talented, and the Golden State Warriors appear to have done the right thing by making sure they didn't let him go. The other thing that we have to take a moment to pause and say is this. Steve Kerr is one of the greatest coaches in the history of basketball. We just have to stand down and recognize this man is a four-time in history. He's been, he's coached them to 6 NBA finals, okay? You look at what he has done. We know he won as a player. But to see what he's doing as a coach, to me, when I think about what you're saying, Wendy, how can we say all of those things and ignore the coach? It's the coach that mixes and matches. It's the coach that's trying to figure out the lineups. It's the coach that's dissecting who works best with whom and how. Obviously, I was critical of him with Jason Tatum in the Olympics, but I hope Steve Kerr is listening to me when I say this. That's the reason I was critical. It's not because he's not a great coach. It's because he is a great coach. He is a phenomenal coach. And he should have been able to figure out a way to use that first team All-NBA player that's a reigning NBA champion. It's because you can't tell me that you're Steve Kerr and you got 40 minutes, Wendy, and you can't figure something out, because I think that he's that great. He's that phenomenal as a coach. And as we look at the Golden State Warriors right now and we talk about this team, this is a man that succeeded Mark Jackson. This is a man that everybody wondering, well, what happened to Mark Jackson, who I still think should be a head coach in the NBA.